Hello. I've decided to do another quick stream. Okay, just the audio is in. See, how many discs survived? I think I killed that one mod finally. Yeah, a bunch of them vanished, but whatever. I wanted to listen to music discs, but I couldn't because one of the mods I installed, but I couldn't find anymore. And unfortunately, made it so that randomly a bunch of chiptune music would play very loudly, and it was based on the music disc volume. And I could not find, for the life of me, where that mod is, like which mod it is. So I couldn't remove it because, I couldn't find it. But I think I found it finally. Sadly, it is also one of the mods which adds a bunch of music discs, but honestly, it could be like the best music ever. If it randomly plays without me having put anything into a music disc player, I don't want it. So, the big circle. It has finished drilling. So I've decided to... I think I'm gonna... yeah, I've decided to light it up using electricity and not regular lamps and lanterns. So that's what I'm making this for. Iron wires, I think, serve as the... what's it called? Like Wolfram, but that would be silly to add just for lamps. They use iron. How many is which one each? Okay. Uh, small connector. Okay. Not sure which one it's using. So. I should do. Alright. I'm gonna need to use some of this. I'm not sure how much I still have. If even any. Oh no, here we go. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting more. Okay. I've also turned off the mob farm for now because I really don't need experience at the moment. And I found a mod which makes it so that doesn't raise unnecessarily. So now, I can't really. I could use this maybe, maybe. I'm gonna. Oh, that's not good. At least I didn't open the floodgates to some place full of water or connection directly to the surface. I remember doing this one. It's been a good while ago. Oh no, actually, I don't remember. Did I? I didn't set it to public, did I? Stream settings? Yeah, it's unlisted. Dang it. I've got to find. I have to find the. Let me scratch the news. Uh, Not playing. Yep. No, yeah. Media over here. Yep. Share that. Okay. Okay. So let's show the state for this area first. Just a big empty circle. I'm gonna say this area is probably gonna be safe. So I'm gonna open this up. Close this off. Yeah. And let's plan this out. I think first I'm gonna place walls. I'm gonna use glass here in areas like these. And I need some more glass. I changed this setup when I was setting it stream to listed. So some stuff was moved around. Yes, I do have sand. I do have sand. More than enough. Okay, red. Why is the jukebox not working? Did look very random for a minute, but okay. Okay. I'll do first start. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work. See, because this is set to push, cannot pull even from other sides, I think. That's probably the issue. So what I'll have to do is connect like that. Connect this one over here. And do I have scissors? I have scissors. I don't have scissors. That means I just have to get some and then it will be easy. Kind of just went wild on those for no reason. I think I can click the cable itself? No. Well, I guess not. But yeah, this should now be connecting over here. Has that not been set? Oh, okay. That's what was missing. It looked like it because it was on the gauge. Yeah, okay. Get started on the glass. I'm gonna be hiding all the caves here directly in glass, and then when I'm building the actual wall around this area, I will be using that as a baseline to also build glass there, so I will be having a free look into all the caves nearing this whole thing. I'm not gonna do anything else with that. It's gonna be... It's gonna be glass anyways. I've noticed something about moist critical videos. It's kind of... I wish I didn't notice it. Noticed it a while ago, and have been slowing down my watching ever since. It's not some moral thing, no worries about that. It's more... I noticed the formula. And it's one I don't like once I noticed it. A lot of what he does is basically repeating articles and videos. Like simply something happens, you know, he's let's say I don't know, a truck with paint drove into a kindergarten, and the kids spent the next few weeks finger painting, and nobody knew where a truck was because they hid it from everyone somehow. I don't know, something like that. If that's the story, what Charlie will do is basically repeat that story, like I just said it, interspersed with clips of whoever broke the story saying it in the way they broke the story. And it's been a while. I can't remember the last time I saw him express any opinion besides that's good or that's bad or something like that. Which is fine, you know, but it's just when that's all I see, it's kind of tiring. It reminds me of when I stopped watching Thunderfoot because because I noticed he was constantly repeating himself. And then in follow-up videos on topics, uh, he he repeated all the stuff he repeated last time in the summary of what happened the last time, which is often like one or two, three things, and then did does another repetition of all the other topics, like a full summary of the entire situation, and then adds one or two new things. That's what got me to stop watching Thunderfoot. He simply stopped making videos about topics and made videos about the topics. Often videos he himself had made. And the only new content he actually added was being angry about it. Or smug. Or smug and angry. And I don't watch people like that. Oops. So that's for Blas. Yeah. For now at least. Now let's go around in circle and make 3 high. Yeah. Why is the jukebox once again not playing? It's really should be working. Is it? Perhaps. Because it's missing all those extra music discs that I had found and which were removed when I removed that one mod. That could maybe be it. gonna make a destructive steam engine in the center, like for getting rid of all water. I can just turn it into steam power. Use that to speed up the flow of water into the steam engine. Hello. I'm currently decorating the room that is about to become a tree farm for a slightly larger scale than I'm used to. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? I think I'm gonna make Diablo with deployers. Is it stopped again? Is it just... Okay. Let's try this one. That's a new one from one of the mods. I wish every mod added like one or two new discs. That would be nice. More like an intro so far. I thought I would remember, where was it again? Something I... Ah, yes, yes. I'm very peculiar about certain things I like. I want them to be very specific, if possible, because all the ones that are not specific I've already tried. And so I've kind of crystallized a set of optimal situations for some things I like. That would be great. One of those things is megastructure games. Games taking place in a megastructure. And specifically stuff like Tsutomu Nihei, who has made Blame, Omega, Abara, uh, Knights of Sidonia, Dungeon Tower, which I'm currently in the process of reading, who has made some of the best, in my opinion, megastructure stories, specifically about living in and exploring them. And basically what that has caused is that I am now rather specific about what I like in a megastructure survival game. Step one being, that it is a survival game and not an arcade game, like a parkour game, If I don't have some bars to look at and regulate, I don't want it. I don't want to just parkour. Even if it is good parkour, it could be the best parkour in the world. I just don't feel like that's enough. Anyways, what the story is getting to is, unfortunately, I visited Reddit. And as a result of that, I was exposed to a Redditor. Generally, this kind of situation can be avoided. However, Reddit is a place where you generally find better directions to communities, like Discord or maybe just a random website or some other forum. And so I just kind of threw out my feelers for a community about megastructure games, or like, hey man, I basically what I was making a post about wanting a game about exploring a megastructure and living in it. And I made a very specific set of, like, I made a list of what I would consider a good game that fits my criteria, and a bad game that doesn't fit my criteria. Specifically being good or bad because they do or do not fit my criteria. Not because they are objectively good or bad, which in my opinion is not even a thing. I was very clear about how if something doesn't quite fit my criteria, and I say that isn't really a good fit, and it does not mean that the game is bad. It just means that in terms of megastructure survival camping game, which is the shortest version shortest description I can give of my criteria. It is a bad megastructure survival camping game, not a bad game. It's like how Tetris is a bad business management simulator. It's really not the same thing. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's not a good business simulator. What was I going up here for? Oh, I know where they are. In the Netherlands. A good 100 of them. I think it is time to get rid of them, finally. And so, when people gave me the same list of 5 games that I already know about and which do not fit my criteria, I ended up saying, hey man, these are really not a good fit. I don't think these are good megastructure survival camping games. Most people accepted that and said, oh, actually, I guess not. One person, who I presume is not just a Redditor, but possibly even a mod in some other thoughts. Fortunately, not that one, or I would have been instantly banned. Decided that my saying that these are not a good fit for my criteria about what I like was equal to me saying, hey, those games, yeah, they suck balls. Nobody should ever play them. They should be ashamed of themselves and kill themselves right now. Which is clearly not what I said. But the way that person reacted to me, that is exactly what they heard me say. What I said in their head, which is obviously full of very many conversations I have with people who have never really talked with them. either because it wasn't really necessary or because they tried and this kind of thing happened. And so they went around every single comment I made in that thread and just dunked on me, all caps, saying I don't know, I was being mean to developers by saying that all of these games are bad games. When what I said is these games are a bad fit for my criteria for the kind of game I am looking for right now. Keep in mind, I am the OP of that whole thread, so, you know, if anybody knows what the topic of the thread is, it would be me, right? But, yeah. It was incredibly uncomfortable, and I tried several times, for some reason, to get that person to, you know, stop doing that. And, maybe just stop talking. But it didn't happen. And so I just blocked them and the thread kind of died down. Not sure if they did anything to do that, but you know, I didn't find any new games in that thread. I didn't find what I was looking for. I found an enemy. I wasn't looking for one, but I definitely found one. And then I lost them again when I blocked them. So, you know, so that's what that's for. But yeah, that was my latest attempt to see if Reddit is worth visiting again. Haven't logged on since. What? Oh, probably for the best. So that's yeah, that's about right. I'm gonna. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm gonna not give them any filter. Okay. The crawl button really should be in vanilla. Okay, now glue. Let's glue. That's not what I need anyways. Let's use this line. Could be close to enough, but that's just a start. Yeah, there we go. Seconds. Yeah, window. One more. Okay. Since I'm already on this side, I'm gonna grab some more on this side. And then I'm gonna cover the windows with glass so they don't get overwritten too much. Okay, up 10k. I should be able to make use of that. I'm gonna throw on the mob farm because once that's done, I'm just gonna be sitting up here for a bit and it's okay. Let's go ahead and these all. I wanted to extend this a little bit so that it's all going down, but didn't come to it. Get to it yet. Whoop. Whoop. You do the rest for now. Yeah, glass. Then filling up the underside tank and possible that a few pillars will be peeking out from above. But I think that's be fine. Like, you know, one of these corners is gonna be filled in probably. Or like a few. Only issue would be if it were to fill all of them in. Like, you know, another entire layer of wall. That would kind of suck. Super frustrated that the jukebox thing isn't working out. That's also a thing I need to take care of. The ceiling. Yeah, that's gonna be a separate layer. Again with deployers probably. I ain't getting almost levels. One over there. Whoop. I got all the mods 10, and they've got baubles and stuff. And a few of them go on your feet. And somehow I have like 4 different slots that they can go on due to various other bauble and related mods. And so what I had is, because the world was around spawn, a good 5,000 blocks in every direction snow, I got snowshoes, which make me walk faster on snow. I got other boots, which make me walk faster in general. Look kind of red, like Sonic's boots. And I got a few things which cause momentum. You know, like if I run faster. And well, I've not yet found my maximum speed. I am pretty sure I can go very fast. A bunch of these items stack with each other, which is what makes them really crazy. In fighting. So that looks right. Yeah. Now to go upstairs and place the clicker. What? What? They are actually going the other direction. Crazy. Crazy. Nothing to it. Most of it. Is the clicker set up? The clicker is set up. Okay. Gonna mute and do a quick BRB. I'm back. Gotta say, this is pretty fucked. I mean, I knew it wasn't very efficient, but to have them at like almost full speed on a conveyor belt that should push them in here, and to look like have that many of them just stand around and not be pushed in here, pretty frustrating. Let's see. These, a bunch of them has music disc players in them. And I don't know if they update on generation or if these could potentially contain new music discs that are not, you know, from that one mod. Anyways. Looking pretty complete. Yeah. No, I'm keeping this around. Because, you know, it's gonna be a tree farm. It's making use of that mechanism anyways. But now it's time to think about getting rid of all the water. I'm also gonna be keeping around the lawyers. Barrels, I mean. For the other one I'm using a vault, but one time I had an issue with that where an overflow because of a stuck build caused it to basically not collect any seeds, and then it was a whole issue. I'm grabbing this now. Yeah. So. Grooves. I'm gonna be digging grooves. Like a reverse irrigation channel, these grooves will be what I use to get rid of the water. Interesting. Really gonna be interesting is once I've got netherite in any good quantity, I can make breathing tanks and all that. I'd work in netherite in lava, and I can make this kind of nonsense happen in the nether. Okay. Yeah. Um, so I've been listening to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the entire book series. First round at the end of time, open a bag and all that. I think I'm at the last point now, but I'm not too sure. I may be missing one. I think. No, yeah. Rupert and Beck. I think maybe a German title for the last one, Mostly Harmless, which I think is the last one. Again, I'm not sure. The problem is I started listening to that because I wanted something to listen to while having dentist appointments, and now all the dentist appointments are so late that I'm gonna be running out of Hitchhiker's Guide to listen to by the time I'm at the next few ones, because I keep listening to it whenever I also go to the grocery store, buy some food and all that, or the maintenance scoop. All right. To run out of air in this tank. I'm not gonna drown instantly, but I will start losing air, the regular Minecraft way. So it's probably my time to go back up. Yep. Yep. Okay. So okay. Do I have? Yes, I do have a those three. I'm really missing is that I have. Anything I am missing? Steam engine parts? No. Maybe a speed controller. All right. I just need to fill this up. I did, by the way, find out that I accidentally left this staircase open to this drop tunnel, into this tunnel, meaning that at any time lasers could just fly out, and they did a few times. I was wondering, is the spawn distance too close? But no, I just basically left the door open. If I had any more wood around at the time, that would have been catastrophic. Anyways. So. But it really needs this water. Okay. Perfect placement. Okay. Six. Bigger power. No, 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 no. Speed control. Mm. I'm very good at planning these things. Okay. By default, about 1,000 stress units. Yeah, 2,000. Yep. And there goes that. Now, I'm not sure if it uses water based on how much other stats it has. If that is the case, I may need to expand all this. But if not, this is a pretty good start. Yeah, it seems to be about once every second. 1 water block per second. That's good. Then still I do. See. I'm gonna try expanding it anyways, just to see what I can do with that. I expanded my upstairs steam engine with another host pulley and another pipe to make it a lot faster. I'm not actually using all the power, but it's nice to have. I'm thinking it's only going to that light green bar, which is currently limited by the sides. Meaning this. Now what does not matter is the amount of steam engine outputs here I have, because it's not really going to be using much more. But yeah, next up is heat again. Yeah. This is where my limit comes in. I currently do not have the lace cakes, meaning I can't really change anything about the heat supply without creating a setup that would basically make it so that I may as well just make pipes go out to the outside and remove the water using all that. What I can do is this. Because 1,000 units, you know, I'm generating 16,000. I'm gonna be good for that. And yeah, water supply is kind of in the most it can be. But yeah, this is I'm gonna be getting rid of the water slowly. And then I will be having a massive mob farm right here. Which I should probably start thinking about solving. Do something kind of interesting here. So, that and that. So, have to pull, push, push, push. Alright, that has connected those batteries with my entire setup. And it's gonna be a little bit lossy for this one for a bit, but once these are filled up, it's not gonna be an issue anymore. And it is gonna be doing them one by one now. But yeah, the idea, simple. This goes to that side, this one goes to that side, and this one is for the ceiling. That light's not gonna reach the floor though. And also, I don't really have a good ceiling for now. That one's no. This whole thing is entirely messy. So I may be doing something with deployers. I'm thinking white concrete. White concrete all around. Spent a good block for scaffolding. I'm gonna go up about that high. So now what? Different idea. That. That'll be it. I only really need to get them to do the outer edges, because once I'm at the center I can kind of do it myself while I'm up here already. Will be placing concrete in here, or like lamps maybe, lanterns. To keep mobs from spawning in there. I don't want to bother myself with clearing out all the caves. But if I'm building stuff myself, I may not. I might as well just clear, make sure that stuff stays lit. Yep, and that's it. So far I need to do this. Now, applying. Oh hey, what's up? Oh sorry, I didn't see the message already. Let's see. Yeah. Probably enough. Now it's all coming together. Look at that. I'm building a tree farm. I've got a setup upstairs where I generate diamonds using coal, and I'm uh, running into issues with not having enough wood to turn into charcoal, and so I'm building this. All of this is going to be just tree farming, maybe a little bit other plants, but mostly trees. And I just decided I built the last one a little bit smaller, and I decided I'm not gonna be running out of wood. So this one's gonna be I think it's gonna be fully oak, nothing else. Yeah. And then the other tree farms are gonna be different types of wood, so I can build with that. Okay. Now that the ceiling is dealt with. Hmm. I'm gonna need to think about a floor pattern. That is for yeah. First. Let's make all of this a little bit spawn proof. Because if I don't, it will be made player proof. Because it's gonna be a massive mob farm. I plan on lighting all of this using electricity, just for the vibes of having to supply power and it all going unsafe if I lose power. Yeah, I was thinking about using jungle saplings, but then I remember there's still this glitch, I think, where jungle saplings drop a little bit less. And the glitch is not in the game. The Mojang developers themselves said that they are not going to fix this, if I remember correctly, which means the glitch is in the Mojang developers' heads. And I do hope it gets fixed at some point. But for now, we still have to deal with that kind of stuff, you know. I do still have the urge to make you vote for mods and then rely on little kids to not in bulk vote for the worst mob you can imagine. Because it's kinda neat looking. Such an ecosystem that formed here. Shame it's gonna go. It really sucks. A spruce could be working. It could work. I could make, double quad tree saplings of that, and that could work. Yeah, look at that. Water used to be up till here, and just while I was doing all this, it went till down here. So yeah, that's definitely working well. I get the feeling. Hmm. Wanna hop in a call? I wanted to maybe talk about doing some art projects. Just planning, nothing else for now. I am honestly neutral to negative on the new versions. It's like it's just the entire direction that Mojang has gone in since the Microsoft acquisition has slowly been getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and because they haven't been terrible from the very beginning, people will tell you nothing's going wrong, but it's clearly going wrong. Slowly, but it is surely going wrong. So I would rather they just at this point stop touching Java. If they don't like it that much, if they want to keep it on everyone on Bedrock, if they want to have the store, just make Java and make it entirely stability updates and leave it to modders at this point, because it has gotten pretty terrible. I'm not saying the game is bad. I am saying it could be massively better if they just stopped doing dumb stuff. I am definitely expecting them at some point to just pull login ability from Java. Sometime in the next 5 years, logging into Java is just not gonna work anymore because of some reason they will come up, and the real reason is it doesn't have a marketplace, and there's probably some hidden clause that Notch left behind that nobody knows about how that's never gonna happen in Java, and so they will just, abandon it and jump ship. And, you know, it's not gonna be deleted, but nobody will be able to log in at some point, and then, goodbye. Yep. Yep. See you then. Fun fact, if you do this in real life, you die. Because this would be a sauna. Like, literally a massive steam-filled sauna. And the water wouldn't get less, like, evaporating this much water into steam. It wouldn't just be a sauna, it would be a pressure cooker, a literal pressure cooker. With some escaping through that gap over there by just, pushing through the atmosphere and blah blah. But it's gonna take some time. And it's gonna still be enough pressure and heat and all that to probably kill a lot of people. Hello,
Wasabi.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. It just told me in the corner that it switched to my headset, but apparently that's just the audio output, not my microphone.
Oh.
So, you remember Bird Brain?
I love this song. I downloaded it.
I was wondering if we could work together on making something kind of similar, like in style of the music video.
Mm.
Like I make some 3D scenes and you animate some person thing monster into it, just wandering around, dancing or whatever.
Ah, so you mean you make the landscape and I make the 2D animations for it?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah. Uh, wow. That's a lot of work.
You wouldn't need to composite them into the scene. I could do that myself. I would just need some creature like walking up or walking down stuff or dancing around in place,
Yeah,
chroma key
yeah,
and put into the scene.
true. I would only have to do green screen.
Yeah, green screen or PNG, single frames.
Yeah.
Like another one which has a similar simple animation, like not a lot of animation but well used, is Lag Train. Let me see if I can send it to you real quick. Uh, click, click. And maybe it's in the GIFs. Uh, okay.
Blue screen would be best.
I don't know if you know this one.
Ah, very pretty. I don't know that one. So you mean really actually very simple stuff?
Yeah, and just stuff that's high quality but not a lot of frames because not a lot
Mm.
would be needed. But like simple cycles that could be looped. Walk cycles, dance cycles, twirling around in place, that kind of stuff. We would need to come up with some kind of character or creature design. Or find one. You know, that's the general idea. Just something like that.
Do you know how many frames that is?
Probably um Let's see. Which one?
The first one, for example.
First one. 3 for the girls, 2 for the background. It is just the one pose and a little bit boiling of the lines. Like drawing over them again to make the shuddering motion. The second one, the middle one, is probably also 3, maybe 5. Yeah, probably 5 or 4. The third one, 7. Both are just examples. Like, that's just another one that has a similar style, fidelity, and all that. The detail and the amount of frames per loop. Bird Brain is a lot higher, of course, and it has color, but pretty similar from what I understand. I do have like character designs constantly. I'm thinking about like not right now, but like I'm not even sure about the theme of the area that the character would be in, or anything like that. Maybe just some of my block megastructure things, or one of the trail cam night scenes I made recently. Using all the grass and plant assets. Started on that already. Good, thinking about it now. Pump some of the water into this. Close up anyways. Yeah.
I'm really not that good at animating.
It should be fine. It's not like this specifically. It's pretty easy comparatively to other animation work. Still animation work, but you know, in comparison to fully animating a character all the way, it's like making assets for a game. Except I'm playing it and there is no game. Are you like sketching out a skeleton or something, or what?
Yeah, I'm working on a head bobbing animation.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking one of my characters, trying to work something out.
Oh, it does go all the way. That's neat. Must have increased the range where the pump works in. Yeah, that should speed this up a little bit. Just a little bit, and just for a little while. Did you see my village yet?
No.
I had a village that I had a waste on it that I've kind of set aside to later on work on to make it livable and all that. And I've been doing that for a while now. Because this mod, you may be noticing here in my farm, I've got this glass wall on the side, which has water flowing in from the top, and you know has this canal to the end. Because the water mod basically makes farmland use up water slowly, and so a normal village would just die out at some point because the farm would dry out. So that's why I built an aqueduct. Oof, that's a bit fast. There we go. I don't know if you can you still see the stream?
I just entered the stream and now you're in your farm.
Yeah. Gonna take a little while. I'm just gonna explain on stream for now. Like I've got the same kind of pumping setup on that side. I've got a canal built to the and a channel built to the ocean, which is not how you normally water a farm because of salt water, but that's not an issue here, fortunately. And from down here, the water is being pumped up.
Oh my god, a village!
Stream delay. Yes, and I've placed these glass blocks here you were about to see, and the ones that are at the end of the small steps down on the aqueduct. They prevent any overflow because it doesn't have really any pressure system. And then at the end here, it just goes down. And it waters the farm. And because I want them to have a little bit more food, I added another segment. Oh yes, and I built a wall.
I'm not that smart. Is like this water pump supposed to pump water into the village or out of the village?
Into the village. From the ocean over this channel this aqueduct into the tower that's, just going down and into the farm.
Oh.
And it's not supposed to, it does do that. It's, because water behaves differently here. Um, you know. Anyways, can return to home. Farm animals, when they breed, also use up a little bit of water, so you need to build channels and tunnels and aqueducts for them as well.
Now the stream is showing the part where you explain water is different.
Yep.
That's like a 2-minute delay.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that is at this point. I'm pretty sure I got rid of that in OBS or in YouTube, but maybe I missed one of them.
Now you got home.
Yeah.
Like, that's the delay time. That's crazy. Why did you light up everything with pumpkins?
Because they don't get washed away and it's easier than lanterns.
They don't get washed away?
Yeah, by water, like torches.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would have done it with glowstone, but pumpkin is pretty smart actually when you got a pumpkin farm, yeah.
It's pretty cheap and very fast to set up. A lot faster. Like I
Yeah.
started with pumpkins and I'm still using pumpkins because, they are just out there. You can just grab them. You don't have to build a portal to
True.
hell. Anyways, all I can really do at this stage is wait for the water to drain. Because it sure needs to drain. Then all the fish will die. The ones that haven't despawned yet. I have an accidental fish farm in my animal farm. Like, it's not really a fish farm, they just keep spawning there because of one of the tropical fish mods.
Because of the biome.
Yeah. And getting kind of insane. See if I can reach. So, tropical fish spawn here. Axolotl kill them. And I'm pretty sure items don't despawn for some reason. So occasionally I go down here to clear this area out. It is very interesting to play with this mod. I think it's an entirely new challenge. You don't generally play with this much with water in mind. If you dig into a tunnel and it has water in it, that's, oh man, let me block that up real quick. If I dig into a tunnel and there's water behind it, I need to start a whole cleanup operation. And if I don't plug up a hole instantly, it's gonna get much worse over time. Come on. Okay. For a second I thought I saw a blaze behind the glass over here on this side.
Ooh.
Okay, that's not stopping now.
my PC had some pretty bad crashes lately.
Yeah, I heard. It looks like a graphics card issue. Like
Mm,
that colorful pixel noise.
yeah,
Mm.
I thought it was hardware. I knew it couldn't be like something with the yeah. Because I wasn't doing much. It was just like it happens. It always happens so randomly.
Yeah, it's always the worst. You want to maybe look together into some graphics cards to get your new one at some point? Like a new one
Yeah, that
to
would
replace it
be.
and a new one to have a new one, you know?
eh,
Like a
Sounds pretty good.
cousin, you know? He knows we got a few good places, good stores.
Yeah, probably.
He can probably figure out how to get that done with.
The guy with the 3D printer.
Yep. 3D printer guy. Hey, he's streaming. He's a streamer as well. Shout out Lyrian Dark.
So we can call him Lyrian, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
you know
the
that's its name in online. Uh,
The
he,
Privacy Protection Agency.
you know I I saved up for my graphics card, you know, and then I saved up to get my computer built at a PC store because I didn't want to do it myself
Yeah.
because I wanted to have somebody responsible who could point it and say, "Hey, you broke it, you fix it now," instead of
Yeah,
just
I know. This
myself.
is one of them.
And when I then went to the store to, you know, get the PCs, my cousin Lyrian was basically saying, "Hey man, by the way, why didn't you ask me to build it? I would have done it for free." And I just completely forgot that that even was an option.
Ah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
But if I remember right, like this PC that I have right now is also one of the PCs that were fixed.
yeah, the deal with those was that he would throw together what works best and give one working PC at least to us, and that's the one you have right now. You know, that's using the newest graphics card that wasn't gonna go on my computer. And
Oh,
I think it's a 500 series, which my current PC that I'm using right now, which is not the new one, is about 3000% better, I hear. Last I checked. So I
oh,
do believe you are up for an upgrade, due for an upgrade.
yeah.
Um,
But with PCs, I realized that it's like every month you have some new shit that's better
I believe
every
5 years should
week.
be long enough for a graphics card to still be useful for users like us. Even me
Yeah,
doing digital art. Because I am doing digital art, I'm not rendering entire Pixar movies. If I was doing that, it would be a different story, but I'm not doing that. And so, you know, I don't need ray tracing in my games. I just needed to trace the rays in my renders. And it can do that whether it does it in half a second or half a minute. Of course, many things it would be better to have a faster graphics card, but at the moment, the biggest bottleneck for me is my CPU, like processing
yeah.
simulations. And the biggest problem I got rid of is Firefox, you know. How much RAM do you have right now? 32 gigabytes? 16?
Uh, I need a different word for RAM.
Memory.
Memory. I
Arbeitsspeicher.
have I think something 200, 300.
No, that's the graphics card. Ich meine Arbeitsspeicher.
Oh, I don't. I.
You know what Minecraft uses?
I think eight,
E-
eight,
8.
8
You should definitely have like 16. I
or 10.
I I I gave you those sticks, didn't I? Like 16 gigabyte RAM sticks. Yeah,
What stick?
but, you know, let me look it up for you. Hold on. That. Let me also send you the actual music video of the lag train. That's not cancel. The copy link, not save. Okay, wait.
I'm going to boot up my PC because now I know where to find the information that you asked for. I I don't need to screen share anything. And now I'm booting up the PC and it's just going to instantly go.
This is RAM.
Oh shit. I don't know.
And this, or this. This is about what the ones in our PCs should look like. Probably the second one.
Mm-hmm.
On my computers, both of them, the ones I have right now, they each have 64 gigabytes of memory.
I have 8.3 gigabyte cache.
Cache, yeah, that's something. Okay.
Or is cache the other thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, I will send a picture.
Okay.
Yes, the good quality with the Blitzlicht.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh wow. That is definitely not what you should have. You should definitely have at least
Okay.
double that. Maybe one of
Oh,
your RAM sticks died. They come in pairs. 8 gigabytes and 8 gigabytes, making
oh.
16. One of them must have died.
Ah, okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
You go call cousin Lyrian and ask him if he can maybe
Yeah.
take a look at that. And he is more connected with stores and all that. He is gonna be using those better than I can. Because this is really just a replacement job.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
So when
Let,
that's fixed, then I probably won't have any of these random crashes.
yeah, let me show you something. Uh, r- r- Moving RAM from PC while on. This looks good.
What happens to a computer if you take out the RAM?
Copy that. Paste that. Just look at this video. Or, I mean, look at that screen, that thumbnail. Did it look anything like that?
Okay, I'll take a look. Oh, I see an advertisement for men shapewear. Nice.
Hey, look. To the advertisers, you are popping. I kept getting ads for air fryers recently. In German with a pun. Worst combination. I already have an air fryer. Who the fuck needs two air fryers?
Ah, well, it didn't look exactly like that one. It, like the worst crash that happened is like the picture that I sent you.
Yeah. But it does remind of that, right?
It looks similar, yeah. I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
The other times when that happened, it just soft locked me.
Mhm.
Like I was still able to click everything, but it didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does sound a lot more
It
like
was
memory
just,
issues. You know,
yeah,
if it has stuff in memory and you can't access the memory, it's not gonna be doing well. It's not gonna be doing very well.
yeah.
Gonna be having issues.
That explains why it also spikes so much.
So what I would do is you've got Lyrian's phone number, right?
Yeah.
I would turn the PC off for now completely, and disconnect from power, unscrew the side, and look inside the PC, and take a photo of that, and maybe see if you can send it to him somehow, and or maybe see if you can organize him visiting you so he can take a look at that. Because then he can
Yeah,
order the
that sounds
correct
good.
parts, and once the parts are there, any one of us can come over and install them, or we can show you how it's done. Whatever happens at that point.
I've seen. Wait a moment.
The place where the memory is should look kind of like this.
I was with Smeargol, a friend of mine.
Mhm.
He was like doing hardware, hardware work,
Hardware or hardly
and
working?
huh?
Hardware or hardly working?
Both. He was like putting his PC in a smaller case for a LAN party. So, and he looked sweaty.
Yeah.
He was very concentrated, and I don't think I have the concentration to myself build like anything inside a PC. So I would
Understandable.
like, yeah, I would ask Lerian to
The most important
come
thing,
over.
if it's a memory issue, is you see these plants, the picture I sent you? That
Yeah.
red, black, red, black. Yeah, those stay inside the PC. There are pictures
Mm.
where somebody took out the memory complete with those. And,
Oh.
that doesn't go back into the PC anymore.
Oh.
Here's another picture of memory being removed.
Ah, nice. That's very, very pretty. This visually represents a computer screaming as you chop off parts of its brain. Yeah, it's like open brain surgery and you have to be awake.
Hmm.
Can you tell us what's on this picture? You have to keep talking. Why aren't you talking? Ah, shit, we damaged the brain. Well, good to know. Yeah,
Can't
I
find
think
it.
I'm going back to my doom scrolling and maybe sleeping.
Yeah, you do that. Tell me how it goes, with the
Fine.
PC repair and all that.
Ah, okay, I thought with the sleeping.
Uh, if it's a nice dream, maybe.
Quack.
See
Ah,
you.
okay, good night.
Good night. Good night. So. Oh my. Apparently this message overrides the arrival of special enemies. Anyways. The next stage after the water is drained is filling in all of these kind of holes. Then preparing the dirt layer. Then making rings of light, or like adding light poles, because I am gonna be connecting them with cables. And then the mechanism, connecting this in a way that deploys saplings and has saw blades, and connects to an item thing, pumps the wood and all that over to my setup. That's gonna be the next stream, or happen by the next stream, or rather. I think I'm gonna call it a day for now, and